family. This is Reading a Siri with InsideJobHealing.com with your Empath Energy Update for the week of July 27th to August 2nd. So what is popping? The energy is very still right now. It's slow moving. I feel like we're in a mini Mercury retrograde. Communication has been affected. It's almost like we're our own islands. A lot of people are kind of processing their stuff. And so I want to talk about that for a second. So I feel like we've been in this ruminating in this COVID-19 kind of 2020 cosmic stew for a few months now. And I feel like a lot of us are just tired. It's almost like a child throwing a temper tantrum and is like in the corner and is like, okay, I'm just tired out. I'm all cried out. I fought and I kicked and I screamed and I'm just exhausted. And so a lot of us are in the corner like that. And so it's an opportunity. I invite you to soften. I invite you to surrender, which is a very feminine energy. So soften and surrender. We've had to transmute our biggest, deepest fears. A lot of us had to confront our lack, scarcity, and abundance blocks, right? Because either our hours were cut, we had to go on unemployment, or we had to get a loan, or we couldn't go to work, or we were furloughed, right? Or our pay was cut even though we got to keep our job, and we've had to work from home, and all that stuff. So really we're at a time right now where we're just like, okay, we've overcome so much fear, right? I'm not saying there's not any fear left in the collective. I felt it more so the last couple of weeks. But now what I'm feeling is frustration, right? And so now that we've overcome a lot of the fear, now the frustration's coming out because we're like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Same shit, different day. A lot of us still don't feel comfortable going to the gym or eating inside, right? A lot of us still don't feel comfortable going to networking events or gatherings. A lot of us still don't feel comfortable traveling, right? And using Airbnbs and things like that, right? So we're still in this very open cage prison, prison of presence, right? So there's no escape. There's really no escape, right? We are in it for the long haul. It's been several months. We don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? A lot of us don't, because we're like, okay, if a vaccine's coming, it's probably by the end of the year or 2021. So that's very hard from a mental health standpoint, because as humans, we need hope, right? We need something to look forward to. So what I invite you to do is have something to look forward to, which is accept what is. I interviewed Adi Shakti last week, and she was just a gorgeous, guest speaker for our stress management module for Lifestyle Reset and Thrive, my online transformational program. And so this beautifully segues into it, because what she was saying is that the distance between, how things are and how we want them to be, that's how much suffering we go through, right? So if your expectation is vastly different than the current now reality, you're gonna suffer, right? So how can we bridge that gap? First of all, we need to accept what is, right? Instead of lament what was, right? Which is the past. Like, the past is gone, right? It no longer exists. And what we really want to do is not only accept, but surrender to the now moment and be present, right? And be present. And so this is the perfect time when you're feeling frustrated to retool, right? Because when you're feeling frustrated, that's your soul's cry of saying, like, it's not working. Whatever I'm doing is not working. I need more tools, right? I need more ways to navigate this very, very difficult reality that I find myself in, where I'm really restricted, where I can't travel, where I can't work out, where I can't go to work the way that I want to. Yeah, I can work out outside. Yeah, I can work from home, but like, that's not what I want. That's not what I'm used to. That's not what that's not what I expect, right? So expectation brings suffering. And so this is the time to retool. And that's why I invite you to join my evergreen Lifestyle Reset and Thrive program. It is life-changing. We give you tools, lifelong tools, because you're your own guru, right? Don't give your power away. So something externally outside yourself. We want to empower you to heal yourself, heal the past, right? And so when you feel frustrated, it means you need new tools, right? So I invite you to do an online program like mine or something that resonates with your soul. Get some tools, get out of the funk, right? Because again, I keep saying this, for the next year and a half, right? The moon's north node is in Gemini, right? Which is the apprentice, the learner, right? The online, the technology, right? So this is the perfect time. And with everything going on cosmically, right? That's where we're headed. So, you know, instead of sitting in the stale, slow moving energy, it's almost like festering, right? Like, so whatever's inside of us that is screaming, begging to be healed, there, it just shows up as like this discomfort, right? And we can't run away. We can't use our, you know, what is it? The plethora, the buffet of escape mechanisms that we've used in the past. Like, I know for me, like when I need a little breather, boom, I'm out of the country. Because the US has some really heavy energy, I'm not gonna lie, for an empath. So it's a very, very heavy energy here. And I don't live in California yet or by water, and Neptune's in my birth chart. So if Neptune's in your birth chart, you need to be near water. So for me, it's like I'm not near water, I'm not in a super high vibing place like California and New Mexico where there's Lemurian energy, and I'm just chilling in you know, middle America, and with this heavy, dense energy all around me, and there's no escape, and I have to be present with it, and I have to transmute it, and I have to help my clients transmute it. So I encourage you to be present. I encourage you to accept what is. I encourage you to let go of any expectations, because that's going to create suffering, right? And I encourage you to get tools. I encourage you to start taking online classes like myself, so that way the Lifestyle Reset and Thrive program, and take this, get ready to be ready, because 2021, right, is going to be huge. So, you know, and even if 2021 is not going to be huge, the future is going to be better than now, because right now you're in pause, right? You're in this state of pause. Nothing's really moving in the universe, and I think you can feel that even if you're not an empath. Things are slow moving, right? It's like kind of like how I felt 10 years ago on the planet. It's like walking through mud. That's how it feels, right? So people, how are people making the best of this time, right? So, you know, I'm not here to just deliver doom and gloom. You can, I know some people that are zhuzhing up their website, right? For me, I've been refining my online programs and adding more and more offerings and adding more guest speakers and making it a really robust tapestry. For you, it's my hero's journey. I've tripped and fallen, and I've gotten back up, and I've figured out the playbook to the universe, and I want to give it to you. So if you're interested, email me, schedule something on the Work With Me page on InsideJobHealing.com. Let's talk. You can get out of this funk. Now, the other thing I want to say is, if you are, you know, willing to take this time, work on yourself, retool, you know, gain some valuable skills, transform your life, up level, right? Zhuzh up your website or whatever you're working on, you know, do that creative project you've always wanted to do. This is the time to do it, because you have no distractions. You have no escapes. You have, like, you know, months and months of just like presence and this time to really concentrate. So instead of focusing on the negative, focus on this as a beautiful, beautiful opportunity to up level, right? But the thing is, don't expect things to stay the same, right? The only constant in the universe is change. I'm gonna say that again. The only constant in the universe is change. So are you willing? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to accept that change is part of your journey and part of your healing path and part of your evolution? Because if you're not willing to do that, it's going to be very difficult to up level. Because when you up level, your landscape's going to look different, because your outer world is a projection. It's a holographic projection of your inner world, right? So whatever that's not working, whatever blocks are going on inside of you, whatever negative patterns, whatever false beliefs where you drank the Kool-Aid or got passed down to you ancestrally, that's going to show up in your outside world, right? So it's time to let go of the victim consciousness. It's time to stop playing small, right? It's time to stop living in scarcity and lack and step into your abundance. It's time to stop being a victim and really step into your power. It's time to shine, right? Like, what is it that you came here to do, right? If you don't know that, let's get some journal prompts going. Like, what is it that you really feel like you're here to do, right? You came here for a reason, and nobody twisted your arm. You did this voluntarily, right? And so I find that a lot of light workers, a lot of empaths, they're not in their body. They're not centered. They're not grounded. They're like floating up here. They'd rather stay in the higher vibrations, and they're not fully committed to their earth experience. So if that's you, you need to clear whatever it is that's making you feel unsafe and get into your body, right? Because you can't really bring heaven on earth if you're not on earth, right? So you need to be grounded as a spiritual person in order to, you know, so above, so below, right? In order to bring your dreams and your visions into reality. Like this online lifestyle reset and thrive, I've been working on it since 2018. It was a dream, it was a vision, it was up in the ethers, and now it's real and people are taking it. That took a lot of groundedness, right? That took a lot of me clearing my own blocks to be seen. That took me, you know, doing marketing coaching and things like that, right? That took a lot, and it's still a work in progress, right? And I'd love for you to spread the word about these messages in my programs and even my one-on-one trauma somatic release work. If you feel like someone could benefit, share this video, subscribe to my Rena Asiri YouTube channel. I mean, it takes a village, it takes a community, and we need to support each other. So what I was saying is, if you're afraid of change, it's really hard to up level, because when you up level, you're going to notice that your frequency, your energy frequency is going to raise. And so that means some people that resonated with you before may just fall off because their energy frequency is lower now, and they may not hang, right? They may drop off, you know, from your sphere of influence for a little bit, and you need to be able to accept that, is that when you up level, you may attract higher vibing peeps into your tribe. And that's okay, because if those other people that dropped off for a minute, if they're meant to be part of your tribe, they're just gonna up level on their own. So you need to accept that change is gonna happen in the up leveling process, in the transformation process, okay? And that it's okay that you're gonna land on a higher timeline, right? And so that's what I wanted to share with you. I also wanted to share with you that I was at White Jet Farms last week, and I'm gonna have to post something about it because I met the sweetest little girl, Bruce and Essie Webb's daughter, Vera. She is just absolutely gorgeous. She's a redhead like I was when I was a baby, believe it or not. And she just reminded me like of my inner child. She had bright red curls. Mine were a little bit darker, but it just seeing her and embracing her and hearing her laugh and her innocence and her joy. I want to remind you that that is our true nature. Our true nature is to be love, is to be joyous, right? Is to not to worry, is to be happy. And I said to somebody, I was like, you know, I felt so happy in that moment, and I can't remember the last time. And at first that person said, well, it's kind of sad. I'm like, no, because happiness is fleeting, right? It's not, we're not meant to be happy forever. Like, I am joyful and I am content and I'm at peace with my life for the most part, right? However, you know, happiness is this fleeting energy, right? Where you're feeling so light and just in the moment. And I just felt that. I felt so present, so connected with this little girl, right? And just, it reminded me that's who I really am before all of the other layers got piled on top. And that's what I help you do, is I help you unpack energetic layers that don't serve you. I help you unpack beliefs, you know, and things that you took on that didn't serve you, or people's, you know, harsh words, right? Like, you know, we've all been called names, right? Like stupid, ugly, fat, whatever. Like, that's not who we are. We are not our thoughts. We are not our emotions. We are not people's words. And we need to just stop caring what people think. And we need to step into our light and our power and shine. And in order to do that, you need to heal the past and let go. And the best way to do that is through energy work. And if you have some subconscious, unconscious negative tapes playing in your head that are creating these undesirable patterns in your life, be an observer, be a witness, be an investigator, write that down. And if you feel stuck, you need to reach out to somebody who can help you with hypnosis and through energy work. I'm one of those people who are legitimately know what they're doing, people who are high vibing, that are in it not for the money, but to help people evolve. And when you go into, you know, when you basically lift the hood of the car and you see what's there, what negative programming, and you're able to reprogram the subconscious and unconscious mind, you're able to literally change your reality, right? Because 90 to 95% of our behavior is subconscious and unconscious. So I'm sending you with lots of, you know, lots of love, lots of light, because we're in between the new moon and full moon. I hope you're doing okay. I hope that your stale energy isn't starting to smell. Get the garbage out. Get the dense, you know, stagnant energy that no longer serves you. It served you at one point in your life for survival, but now you're ready to thrive. So I just encourage you, do the work. Don't be afraid. You're not alone. I'm sending you so much love. Rena Asiri with Inside Job Healing. Thank you for your support, and please share.